As pro-abortion protesters rage outside of homes of Supreme Court justices around D.C., Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is signing a bill making it illegal to rally outside private homes in the Sunshine State. Protesters who don't comply could face 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. Fox News contributor and civil rights attorney Leo Terrell joins us right now. Leo, I know you're on the other side of the country, but what do you think of what the Florida governor is trying to do to prevent what's happening outside Washington from happening outside homes in Florida?
30 years of being a civil rights attorney, Steve, and I'll tell you right now, good intentions, but a bad idea. Look, the Supreme Court situation is horrible. You got people out there trying to intimidate. But that First Amendment document, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, is golden. And just to merely walk down the street and call it a violation because you're in a residential area, in my opinion, is a overreach. And I think this law, even though I understand DeSantis' intention, it is going to be challenged, and I think it's going to go down because I just think it's overbroad. The mere fact of walking down the street, Steve, just thinking about it, walking down the street and it's a violation because it's in a particular location, a residential area, I think is a major overreach, and I think it's going to be challenged.
But, Leo, there's already U.S. regulation that makes it illegal. You cannot parade or picket in front of the home of a judge or a justice, period. So it sounds like
right.
What Ron DeSantis is suggesting is already codified in federal law.
Steve, federal law protecting judges, totally distinguishable from what Ron DeSantis is trying to do in a state where he's trying to ban basically the right to protest on a residential street. Protecting judges, protecting jurors, that is a defense or a justification for limiting that type of speech. But in a residential area for everyone in a state, massive distinction, Steve, and it will be challenged.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, Leo, we thought of you when we saw this study that came out yesterday, because you're a former teacher. The likelihood of a kid attending a four-year college, right now it stands at 48%. Back in May of 2020, it was 71%. The number of kids who want to go to a four-year college is going downward, and 42% say their ideal plans would be for like a three-year college or less. Why don't people want to go to take up on a campus for 4 years anymore?
Well, let me take off my law hat and put on my teacher's hat. It's a cost-benefit analysis, Steve. It's just, what's the purpose? They're looking at it logically. Getting a bachelor's degree in art history or liberal arts doesn't pay off. And what they're saying is post-secondary education, I have other options. Technical school, college, community college, where I can earn a living, get a paycheck, learn a trade. And I think, Steve, when I was growing up, parental pressure, go to school, go to college, go to graduate school. But I think there's a lot of options, coupled with the fact, Steve, that inflation, it's expensive to go to school. It's expensive to spend 4, 5, 6 years in college. And what people are doing, young people, are looking for an alternative route. And the alternative route is, I can start a career much earlier than sitting there getting a liberal arts degree, which really doesn't pay off at the bottom line.
Gotcha. All right, Leo, thanks for joining us today from LA.
My pleasure, Steve.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.